Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 18. We begin this episode with a quick series loss, actually, to the Astros. We faced them last episode with Dallas Keuchel, and now they are 2-0 against their former pitcher this season. We lose a series to the Astros, and then head into a series against St. Louis, where we're going to spend some time today. Maxwell Fowler gets his 9th victory, and the team gets a bit healthier here ahead of the All-Star break. Byron Buxton comes off the DL, so does Eddie Rosario. So we send down the struggling A-Ray Adrianza to AAA, and I've made the decision. Mitch Garver is now the starting catcher of the Twins. Jason Castro is in the final year of his contract, and he has not hit the ball well this season, while Mitch Garver has thrived. Eddie Rosario also returns to the starting lineup today, as we'll be playing against the St. Louis Cardinals. Many of you wanted to see this matchup right here with starting pitcher Yadier Alvarez. He's 23 years old, and he's finally coming into his own this year. His ERA has been shaved by nearly a full point. After going 8-10 a year ago, he's now 8-3. He's better by almost every metric, and he's helped turn this pitching staff around. His ERA is under 4, the walks are way down this season. Let's get into it. Twins and the Cardinals. St. Louis 52-39 on the season as Aledmys Diaz leads off, and Alvarez nails the inside corner, jamming Diaz in a shallow right, caught there by Josh Harrison. Up next is Dexter Fowler, and this is what we saw from Alvarez a lot in the past. Long at-bats, eventually losing some of them, and having a lot of walks. That's been mostly fixed this year, but now a runner on board for Matt Carpenter, and he goes around. It's strike 3, and Alvarez gets through the first with only the walk allowed. On the mound for St. Louis, Carlos Martinez, the veteran, with another good stat line. Speaking of good stats, nobody's looked better than Paul Goldschmidt this season as he opens his day with a base hit, helping increase his .356 average. With 2 away, the Twins want to get something going. There's a liner by Sano. Into center, 2 aboard for Nelson Cruz. We focus so much on Goldschmidt, it's easy to overlook that Cruz is actually having a pretty phenomenal season in his own right. Here he works the count from 0-2 to full, but Martinez wins the battle and strikes out Cruz to end the first. Top 2 for Alvarez facing Jed Jerko. Big swing and miss on the slider. Then the 1-2 on the outside corner. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Let's go bottom 2. The new starting catcher Mitch Garver hitting .318. He couldn't stay on the bench any longer. The first pitch he sees as a starter is hammered out to deep left field. Garver into the second deck. It's a solo home run. Twins take the lead. Garver is one of this season's biggest surprises. Even as a part-time player, he's been in the top 6 or 7 players in All-Star voting at catcher. He even has a chance to win Rookie of the Year. Well, he's going to be playing a whole lot more. We'll see what Garver can do in his rookie season. Welcome back to Eddie Rosario from the 60-day disabled list. It's a big year for him as well, as he goes down low for 1. Good pitch by Martinez. Rosario returns with a strikeout. Byron Buxton off the 10-day DL. He pounds one into the ground and tries to beat this out, but is unable to. That average still hovering right around 200. Top of the third for Yadier Alvarez. Swing and a miss on the changeup. And then the fastball inside. There's another strikeout. The command of Alvarez has transformed him into a completely different pitcher this season. He only throws 3 pitches, but all 3 have been quality. There is the first hit of the day for St. Louis, just their second base runner. Fowler up again, busts his bat, and here's Sano to make the play and end the inning. The only thing I didn't like here was that the pitch count was still a little high. I wouldn't say his command is elite. There's a good defensive play by Alvarez, but the improvement is substantial. 0-2, there's a strikeout for Matt Carpenter. That time Alvarez had the quick 3-pitch at bat, and another strikeout on Matt Adams for good measure. Twins trying to build up their lead. It's Mitch Garver again. He drives another one high into the air, this time to right field. That ball caught on the warning track. I thought he was going to make it 2-0. Top 5 for Alvarez, another swinging strike. And he's just untouchable. Jerko strikes out. That was the 4th straight inning that Alvarez opened the frame with a strikeout. Cardinals do get a runner on board, but they can't do much with it. Through 5 innings, the Cardinals never made it past first base. Bottom 5, 2 down, and Charlie Blackmon takes a 2-0 fastball into right. Martinez gave up the early home run, but he showed why he's one of the better pitchers in the NL Central in this matchup. Josh Harrison flies out to right. There weren't a lot of scoring threats early on. Dexter Fowler thought he had ball 4. Come back to the box, please. 3-2, lifted high into the air toward Blackmon. And he settles underneath it for another easy out. Alvarez got through some of these middle frames pretty quickly, and another strikeout ends the 6th as Piscotty goes down looking. Just 2 hits allowed by Alvarez in the first 6 innings. Unfortunately, the Twins couldn't give him a big lead. Here's Goldschmidt behind a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Martinez comes back on the 3-2 and gets him on a high slider. Normally a pitch that Goldschmidt can clobber. Then against Nelson Cruz, here's a drive out to center field. That's a deep fence, and maybe we got to think about bringing that one in as Fowler makes the catch right on the warning track. Alvarez stays in the game heading into the 7th as Carpenter fouls off a pair of 0-2 pitches. Comes back on the next and waves at a slider. That's how you avoid the foul. Alvarez got strikeouts with each of his 3 pitches. Matt Adams next. Look at that placement. 1-2, the fastball blown by him. Strikeout number 10. Here's Jed Jerko hoping to avoid the strikeout this time. Full count and a chopper to third. Sano makes the play, and Alvarez goes through 7 scoreless innings, only allowing 2 hits. Bottom 7, Martinez still in the game, by the way, because we didn't really work the counts against him very well. His pitch count was perfect. Here's Garver striking out in frustration. With 2 down, Eduardo Escobar trying to get something going with a 2-0 count. A drive into center is not going to get the job done. 1-0 Twins as we go to the 8th. And the setup man, Jake Reed, enters. And he looks to pick up right where Alvarez left off. 0-2, there's the 2-seamer. Grichuk goes down swinging. With 1 away, Colton Wong over Josh Harrison and into right. The best hit ball by St. Louis to that point. Yadier Molina with a sharp grounder hit at Harrison. The flip to Escobar, over the head of Goldschmidt and out of play as the Cardinals finally get a runner in scoring position. But Reed takes care of the 8th. Aledmus Diaz strikes out, and the Twins look to wrap this one up. Hoping for an insurance run, Buxton hitless on the day, grounds it again to short, and a throw over the head of Matt Carpenter gives Buxton a chance now to run. After the error, he takes off. Molina with a great throw, still not good enough to get Buxton. The Twins just want to get him home. Blackmon lays down a bunt, but it's not really a good one. Buxton chased back to second base, and Blackmon reaches, so it's all right. Both runners go, and a chopper by Goldschmidt will advance them, and it's up to Miguel Sano to drive at least 1 home. First pitch, what a missed opportunity, a fastball right down the middle. We settle for a grounder hit at second. The Twins unable to add another run. They got to hang on in the 9th with Raisel Iglesias, looking for save number 19 on the season. Cardinals get their 2 through 4 up. Here's Dexter Fowler with a sharp line drive into center, hauled in by Byron Buxton. Stephen Piscotty now, grounded right back to Iglesias. Nice play, and the Cardinals down to their final out, Matt Carpenter. First pitch, a good slider on the inside corner. Iglesias gets strike 2, looking to win it. Driven out to deep right field, Matt Carpenter ties the game. With the Cardinals down to their last strike. A big swing from Matt Carpenter finally gets them on the board. Iglesias blows another save. He's struggled this year all season against lefties who hit over 340 against him. It's no longer time to celebrate for Minnesota. The game continues on. Bottom of the ninth, Mitch Garver. He's brought in their only run today, but he will not be doing the same right here as he strikes out looking. Looking for a clutch hit, the Twins head to their bench, and Daniel Palka, recently called up from AAA. Palka on the ground, through the infield. It's not the home run we hoped for, but he does reach base, and will throw out some more speed in Zach Granite. Twins hoping for a gapper from Escobar to win the game. Granite goes on the first pitch, Cardinals saw it coming, and Molina throws him out. We head to extra innings. Fernando Abad enters in the 10th. He faces the bottom part of this Cardinal lineup. Grichuk waves at a changeup, yet another strikeout for this Cardinal offense. St. Louis does get a runner aboard with 2 away. Here's a grounder hit to Sano, and we're going bottom 10, still tied at 1. With Zach Granite being caught stealing, that means it's still Eduardo Escobar's at bat. Here's a drive to right center. This one's got some carry. Eduardo Escobar wins the game. A walk-off home run, and the Twins win it in 10. One of the most dramatic and exciting finishes for the Twins all season. Win number 59, thanks to Eduardo Escobar, who came in only hitting .237. The game always tells me he's struggling. Maybe you shouldn't play him. No, we're playing him, and he wins us the game. 3 runs scored in this game, all of them solo home runs. Both starting pitchers were excellent in this game. It's a shame that Yadier Alvarez can't get the win in a game he pitched so well, but he still ends up being the player of the game, going 7 innings, allowing 2 hits, and throwing 10 strikeouts. Great win for the Twins, and a lot of excitement for the future, with Alvarez making major strides. The prospect I wanted to talk about today is outfielder Alex Kirilloff. I've talked a lot about the outfield depth in this organization. Kirilloff is one of our best prospects. He's only 21 years old, and he spent most of his time at AA in his career. Yes, that one's out of here. Our prospect spotlights have been pretty entertaining. Kirilloff goes yard here in the 2nd. It's his 8th home run of the year. Kirilloff is currently hitting around .280 with Chattanooga, and his power versus righties is one of his best traits. He's definitely a better hitter off of righties, like most left-handed hitters are. His fielding is currently a 61, but his arm is a 76. So I think if we're patient, he could become a pretty well-rounded player as he shows his ability to go to opposite field here with 2 strikes. In the 8th inning, Kirilloff wants to show off the power again. This has a chance out in center field, but it's not going to get out of here. Still a good swing by Alex Kirilloff. Currently, I think that he still has a couple years in the minors to go until he sees the big leagues. Last season didn't go very well for him. This year isn't exactly lights out, but he is only 21, so there's no reason to rush it or be worried that things aren't happening quite yet. After a great game by Kirilloff, we are set to end today's episode. The All-Star game is pretty close, and we have a trade offer, and it's not really one that we're going to consider. The Angels want Josh Harrison, and they're not going to be getting Josh Harrison. He's been a phenomenal player for us this year. He can play a variety of positions, although he hasn't really needed to because we have depth at other spots. And next episode, we're going to be going through the AAA All-Star game. We do have some players playing in that, so we will talk about them next time. And soon, the Major League All-Star game. And I really hope they have either Goldschmidt or Nelson Cruz in the Home Run Derby. That would be so much fun. I'm not sure exactly what next episode is going to fully entail because the All-Star game probably won't take too much time up, so I might throw another Twins game in our last series against the Orioles, I want to say. But overall, you see the team doing very well. Yadier Alvarez, the ERA comes down to .354. He's on a hot streak. Right now, the Twins have 4 pitchers playing at a pretty high level. If we do make a trade before the trade deadline, it will likely be for a 5th pitcher. I may call up Fernando Romero and see how he does before that happens, although I'm not sure you really have the time remaining. I think Romero could fill that spot, and it would obviously be better to fill that internally than go elsewhere and give up prospects. I thought about trading for Marcus Stroman, actually, but I suggested that to the Blue Jays, and they let me know it would take an awful lot. So that probably won't be happening. But hope you enjoyed the episode today, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Those are very helpful. And hit the bell next to the subscribe button for notifications when new videos are posted. I appreciate all of your support, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day.